Amy, let me tell you about a magical place that is so exactly designed to be enclosed space, year-round fun for the whole family that I bet you already know what I'm going to say before I even say the name. Let's say it together on three. 1, 2, 3. Great Wolf Lodge. You got it, Amy.
My kids loved Great Wolf Lodge when we went. You probably already know that it has a huge indoor water park with a wave pool, lazy river, a bunch of massive water slides. But then your pack can hit the other attractions because wait, there's more.
Great Wolf Lodge has adventure-packed attractions like Magi Quest, a live-action game kids can play throughout the lodge, plus the Northern Lights Arcade. Spent some quality time there, so your kid who loves the lazy river and your kid who loves fantasy games will both have a great time.
Great Wolf Lodge also offers great dining options and complimentary daily events like nightly dance parties, all under one roof. Unpack the car once and you're settled in to have fun. And with 22 lodges across the country, you're always a short drive away from adventure.
We've both had such great times at Great Wolf Lodge, so bring your pack together at a lodge near you. Learn more at greatwolf.com and strengthen the pack.
Welcome to Ask Amy from What Fresh Hell, laughing in the face of motherhood, solving your parenting dilemmas one question at a time. This week's question is from Leanne on Facebook. She says, my kids are 17, 15, and 9. They've been on lockdown since school was closed in March. My 9-year-old is fine, but my teenagers are finally starting to lose their minds. They miss socializing and actually going places with their friends. Me too. Anyone have ideas on how to help teenagers through this? This is really hard for teenagers because their job psychologically and their development right now is to differentiate from us, is to bond with their peers more than they're bonding with us. It's to start to look outside the home, and they are not allowed to do that right now because of this crazy moment. Dr. Lisa D'Amour, who has been on our show, she talked about this a lot on the New York Times Book Review podcast. So I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes for this episode. You can scroll down and tap on it and listen. It's really, really worth a listen. Because it helps me meet my own teenagers and their frustration with this with more compassion, right? They are supposed to be doing something very different than what they're doing right now. So, I mean, first of all, our job is not to make the disappointment not exist, right? Or their anxiety or everything. It's not to make their lives like this isn't happening. Our real job is to just be an ear for that disappointment. If they say, this sucks, it's so stupid, just say, you're right, it is. It does. I know. It's terrible. I know. I can't believe there's not going to be a spring soccer season, whatever it is. I know. And then zip it. Let the silence hang in the air. Don't, rush to fill it with, but perspective, but, well, other people. Don't say anything. And this is very hard for me to do myself, but I find that when I just say, I know, you're right, this is hard, and then let there be silence, 75% of the time, they'll go back to whatever they're doing on Snapchat, but 25% of the time, they might say something else. Another thing I've found that helps is ask the kids to do stuff with me. I mean, that seems so elementary, but, in normal life, there's no way I get one of my teenagers to go walk the dog with me if it's my turn to walk the dog. Like, they're never just going to come along for nothing. And yet now they say yes to, do you want to do a puzzle with me? Do you want to come help me, make the dinner tonight? Do you want to do this? The kids are saying yes to things that I would never have imagined. And of course, a lot of times they're saying no too, but I'm going to keep asking. I'm going to keep offering the invitation because, as you probably have realized, Leanne, it's when you're walking the dog, folding the clothes, doing the puzzle, that's when they start talking to you, when you are engaged in an activity with no eye contact. That's when they'll start talking. Another piece of advice I heard that I thought was good was that there needs to be sort of maximum generosity, to use Margaret's term, around screen time. That if you don't usually allow a lot of phone time in your house, maybe it's time to relax that right now. If you don't want the 13-year-old to have TikTok and all her friends are on it and it's keeping them occupied a couple hours a day, now might be the time to consider it. And that's hard because I don't know how you put the genie back in the bottle, but I think the opportunity to connect with peers, however it's happening, might be more important. If you're worried about what your kids are doing online and sort of finding a way to oversee it without being in it, I have Bark installed on my kids' phones and on my laptop, and it's oversight without you getting into their phone and reading their messages. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes too if you want to take a look at that. I think the kids' buy-in on not like sneaking out of the house and going to see their friends is dependent on their getting it. For young kids, it seems to me very clear-cut that we are not supposed to have the news on all day, that we are not supposed to be hand-wringing in front of them or displaying our concern, etc. And I think for older kids, it's a little different. I try to keep the news off when my 6th grader is around, but with my older kids, I'm watching it. We're New Yorkers, so if the governor's talking, I have the volume up and we're listening, and it's not hypothetical. So it might be easier for parents for whom this is not hypothetical. If your kids are lucky enough to have a situation where this is completely hypothetical and I don't even get why we're doing this, they think it's stupid and dumb. Again, I think you have to start from a place of generosity. That's their job as teenagers, to think that the man is stupid and dumb. But if you have a little bit of that, I think it's okay to show them the Facebook post from a friend of a friend who's a nurse. I think it's okay to let them know that your cousin is struggling. I think it's okay judiciously, when you can talk about it without showing fear, to say, like, this is really actually very serious. Share the charts with them. I just think it's a little bit different for older kids than for younger kids, for whom it kind of is our job that this is one merry extended camping trip inside. Above all, I think you just have to sit with your teenagers where they are, and when they want to slam the door and be in their room and look at their phone instead, if they're happy doing it, I think let them do it. And I don't know how this is going to change our relationships when this is all over, but I'd like to think that with my teenagers, this time I've had with them might actually make our long-term relationships a little better. Send us your parenting questions. We might answer yours next. Email us, questions@whatfreshhellpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.
This is a Monday.com ad. The same Monday.com designed for every team. The same Monday.com with built-in AI, scaling your work from day one. The same Monday.com with an easy and intuitive setup. Go to Monday.com and try it for free.